Guys, there might be 4 AI coins and 1 gaming coin that you really, really need to keep a track of right now, and that could actually soar up. If you didn't know, Grayscale has gotten a new fund. This time it's an AI fund, and they have 4 coins in there. Now, 3 of them I'm fairly familiar with. The other one, I feel like they just stuck in there to try to lift up their bags. But they are Near, RNDR, Filecoin, and LivePeer. Obviously, I'm very, very bullish on Near and RNDR. Filecoin's meh, because they've diluted their supply a lot. LivePeer I haven't heard of in years. I don't really know why the hell they stuck it in there. I feel like it's kind of hey, we have a bag of this coin, and it's kind of like their ETC situation. We have a bag of this coin. We need to pump it up somehow. Let's just stick it in this fund and say it's AI, so people will actually buy it. But we know that people like to buy Grayscale funds. We also know that these funds sometimes turn into ETFs. So you could be looking at the precursor to an AI ETF. And an AI ETF, that would pump these coins up. So Near, RNDR, Filecoin, and LivePeer. I've been very bullish on both Near and RNDR. Yeah, RNDR is a little bit tricky right now, switching to Solana. But Near is actually sailing ahead pretty well. Filecoin, I would like it a lot if they didn't dilute their supply so much. And LivePeer, I just don't really know why that's in there. But it still might be a good buy if people actually buy this AI fund, because they don't get to buy the individual coins in this AI fund. They have to buy the entire fund. So if people want to buy the Near fund, they have to buy the LivePeer fund as well, because they're all one fund. And that could definitely have some positive net flows for LivePeer. And if this AI fund actually turns into a ETF, you know where that's going, right? People are going to be buying it as well. Looking at the success of the Bitcoin ETF, if the Ethereum ETF is a success, if the Solana ETF is a success, I have a feeling this is going to be a success as well. And I have the same feelings for Solana, Cardano and stuff like that, because that's all part of its smart contract fund. And that eventually might become an ETF as well. But this is actually pretty big. Near, RNDR, Filecoin, LivePeer for a new Grayscale fund that might turn into an ETF if it actually gets big enough, if it gets enough interest. I think this will keep the AI stuff on people's mind. It'll keep it actually going. And I'm surprised they don't really have ASI in there, but I guess it's because ASI has just happened too soon. It's the merge just happened, and they might not have actually had time to actually put that in there. But they also might add and rebalance coins in their fund, as we know that Grayscale sometimes does. So Near, RNDR, Filecoin, LivePeer, those are the ones, once again, that you actually need to look at in terms of AI. And those are the ones where they might see a lot of inflow from Grayscale's fund. Let's talk about the gaming coin now. And yes, it is indeed IMX, and that's because of Gods Unchained. It is the top spot right now with over 930K a day in sales. And all-time sales volume is now 16th, and I think it will rise, maybe even take over the number 1 spot in the bull run, because the other ones that are actually in this are probably going downwards. You have Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is second all-time with $3.17 billion, but that's almost just a little bit more than half of Gods Unchained volume. And I don't think stuff like BAYC is going to come back. The all-time leader is in Axie Infinity, but Axie really isn't going up all that much because the game's more or less dead after last time's blow up. But with Gods Unchained, it was really, really popular. When I played it 2 years ago, and it's still pretty popular right now with almost $1 million in sales a day. That might not seem like much in terms of gaming sales, but for a crypto game, it's still a lot. So, obviously that's on IMX, and that's one of the major games on IMX. IMX also has other news. They're getting another first-person shooter game, as well as many other projects on chain. I think there are rumors of an IMX, kind of like Polygon joint project somewhere in there. I'm not really sure what that's about, but this is a renewed look at IMX in terms of best gaming chain out there. I know it's already top 50, so you might be thinking that the multiplier could be fairly low. I kind of agree with that. You're not going to get 100x, but I think it's a much more solid bet than the other one. And the other coin you want to look at is the Gods Unchained coin itself. It's a much riskier, but also a much smaller coin. And if it actually blows up during the bull run, it could definitely blow up. the price could definitely blow up. I mean, the market cap is $129 million, volume $36 million, and you know that it's like not a coin, not a game that's just going to come up and die off because it's been operating well with a lot of players for the last 2 years. I played it for a couple of months, but I'm not really a gamer, so I eventually lost interest. So the Gods coin is an individual gaming coin that you might need to look at. A market cap of $130 million. Not like a super small cap, but definitely not a large cap, and still plenty of potential for you to actually go up on a game that has maintained players for the last 2 years and has sales of $1 million. Basically, like the sales of $1 million a day in NFT sales, which means people are actively buying, purchasing, and like, you know, upgrading their cards in the games. And these trading card games, as all of you know, can be pretty big. Look at Pokemon and others. I mean, Gods Unchained obviously isn't Pokemon, but I think one of the designers of Magic the Gathering was also involved in Gods Unchained. So I think like of the crypto games out there right now, it probably has the most consistent base of players. And you can actually kind of bet on that for the bull run that it will actually expand. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.